free. I want you to give me 3 things that you think you've learned in the class so far.
Oh, good question. I have learned a couple of moves which I wasn't aware of, especially what you call the smothering, the smothering mate.
Smother mate, okay, cool.
That's right, okay. And I have also learned confidence from your conversation with us. And I'm motivated to even improve my play and learning.
Okay, wonderful. All right, okay, so Ms. Seals, can you tell me 3 things you learned so far in the class?
Well, to get your don't rely so much on the pawns, but to get your back pieces free to act for you. That you have, if the king is in danger, I basically learned first the pieces. I mean, it's just total novice. The pieces and how they, memorizing how they are set up. Mm-hmm. And then getting your back pieces off. And then if the king is in trouble, he has to be protected first before you do something.
I love you for saying that, because check comes first. What that means is, I don't care what's going on board, you must deal with the check. You must get out of check. Check comes first. Let me hear you say it. Check comes first. Okay, so good. All right, now, Shirley, can you give me 1 or 2 things that you learned so far in the class? Shirley, can you give me 1 or 2 things you learned from the class?
Oh, yes, I learned about the moves, especially that night. That I knew it was 1-2, 1-2 turn, but then at first I didn't realize that he could jump over another.
Right, he can leap over anything on the board, period. I say that because it can be the king or the queen or the castle, anything. The knight is the only piece that can leap over all the other pieces. Now, here's what I like about the knight. The knight, sometimes the solution to your problem is not a straight line. Sometimes you got to go up and you got to go over. Sometimes you got to go down and go over. So remember about life, sometimes the solution to your problem is the opposite what you think. So for an example, somebody told me to do something. I said, no, do the opposite. The opposite is the answer. Sometimes the opposite, what you want, your solution is, like they said, well, I need to do less work. Well, you could write the opposite, I need to do more work. Or you may say, I need to create a do list. No, you need to create a stop doing list. Sometimes just stop doing things can elevate you to a next level. And here's another metaphor for you, teachable moment. Sometimes not making a move is a move, and it can cause a lot of trouble. Let me give you an example. Let's say April 15th come around and you don't do anything, and or you may miss a deadline or whatever. So sometimes non-action is also action. And I learned this from my mom. I said, Mom, why are you whooping me? I didn't do anything. She said, that's why I'm whipping you. I didn't do anything. That's why you get the whipping. You didn't do anything. So sometimes it's the opposite what you think. So Margaret, I need you to tell me 1 or 2 things you learned from the program so far.
Okay, I've learned the names of the chess pieces. I've learned how each piece moves, and that the king must always be protected. Your king should always try to protect your king while you have to get the opponent's king.
Right. And so the teachable moment from that is, don't get so caught up in the trying to get their king that you forget about your king. I've had people do me like that. They get so greedy, they coming after my king, and their king is wide over. Now checkmate, they go, oh man, I forgot about my king. So you got to be mindful. And what is mindful? Mindful means when you feel your mind drift off, bring it back. When you feel you're drifting away, bring it back. Stay focused. Now, I said earlier in the program that if what you focus on and what you believe and what you do is in alignment and you put God first, all things are possible. I said if you alignment and you believe in what you do, you focus and you put God first, then you can move mountains with your focus. Focus is very powerful. I remember when I was a kid, we would take a magnifying glass and we would hold it to the sun and on some paper and set the paper on fire.
Mhm.
Focus is power. And so what am I saying? I'm saying be laser focused. I'm saying Bill Gates and Warren Buffett was in a class together and they passed out 100 people index card and they said, write down one word that made you be successful. And Bill Gates and Warren Buffett wrote down the same word, and that word was focus. Focus is powerful. When you focus, you can move mountains. But most people fail in life because of broken focus. And that's why they ban, in the NBA, they used to let people bring these swimsuits, these posters with ladies in swimsuits, and they would hold them out of the free throw line, and it would distract the players from shooting free throws. And so they banned that. And they said, Michael Jordan shooting air ball. They said, they looked at the tape, they go, oh, I see why. And so they banned it. You're not allowed to bring those posters. So you got to stay focused at all times. Okay, so Governor, I need you to tell me one or two things you learned so far in the class.
Every move should have one of three functions. Either attack, help control the center, threaten something of your opponents, or defend something of yours.
You got that? That's very important. And that's called moving with purpose. And so in life, every move matters. Everything you do should require those, right? So don't say I'm gonna make a move just to make a move. No, everything counts. Every move you make matters. And so make your moves meaningful. Make your move have purpose. Every move has potential, but you cannot waste a move. So Greg, I need you to tell me 3 things you learned.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing is that chess is the model for marriage, in that the king is the most important piece.
Oh, good.
But the queen is the most powerful piece. And as a husband, we need to learn that our wives are more powerful than we are. And then as that story talks about the queen linking up with the king, and they are going to get married, they went to the bishop married them, and they went off on a night to the castle to live happily ever after.
Love it. So that's good. So the queen married the king, they got married by the bishop, they went off on a night and they left, they went to the castle, which is on the end, and they lived heaven, and they had 8 children. So throw the 8 children in there. Now the children,
yes.
Yeah, the children are the pawns of the children. So they had 8 children. Now the beauty of chess is that there's no blame in the game. I want you guys to take 100% responsibility for your life. If it's to be, it's got to be me. No one's coming to the rescue. Most people fail in life because they're playing the blame game. And so here's a teachable moment. I want us all to take 100% responsibility for our actions, 100% responsibility for our moves, because moves matter, and you are responsible for your own success. Quit playing the blame game. People are always blaming somebody. I'm responsible. I went to Sonic's to buy a banana split not long ago. And when I ordered the banana split, the cashier, the girl who gave me a thing, there was no bananas on it. And I go, oh my God, there's no banana. And she said, oh, okay, my mistake, I made a mistake. And she fixed it. The point was, it's not her fault, it's my fault because I'm responsible. So if she didn't put the bananas on and I don't catch it, it's on me. And so here's the teachable moment. Don't play the blame game. I'm 100% responsible for my success. I win or lose based on the decisions that I make. Cynthia, can you tell me a few things that you've learned?
Hi, everybody. Yes, I'm new, but I did learn that 80% of success is just showing up. So I learned that on Tuesday. I also learned that make your move before you're ready. And I thought that was powerful. So.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome. And I say that because I've done it in my own life. Let me give you an example. I wanted to go to the Trumpet Awards. And so I didn't have a ticket. And so I made my move before I'm ready. So here's what I did. I put on my tuxedo. I paid for my parking. I went down there and I stood in front of the door. And Bill Clinton friend, Vernon Jones, he said, hey, come on in with me. And I said it with him. So I made my move before I was ready. Now, Eric, I need you to tell me something that you've learned.
Well, I've learned that the game of chess is an illustration of life. Yes. And kind of overall, how you play the game is kind of based on who you are internally and your personality. And so you can learn from your mistakes in chess and relay them to your mistakes in life. Yes. And vice versa, your victories. You can learn from your victories in chess. You can transfer them to your victories in life as you decide, as you make moves.
I like that. How you do anything is how you do everything. The way you play chess is how you do everything else. Why? Because of patterns. Patterns, and here's what we want to create. All I want to do is I want to create a positive attitude, and I want to create patterns of excellence. Patterns of excellence means if you do what I do, you get the same result. Nature is neutral. And so the attitude I want to create is how you do anything is how you do everything. And I want you guys to learn from the masters, study the masters, and if you do what successful people do, you get the same results. There's no secret to success. The secret to success, there's a system to success, and the system is give people more value than they expect, and you'll be able to get what you want in exchange. So create value for people, give first, give second, give third, and walk away, because what you give will come back multiplied. I'm living my dream because I'm doing, always doing something to give value to other people. Right. I'm doing a 10-week boot camp starting October 10th. It's gonna be 10 weeks. And I'm gonna culminate it with a chess tournament at the end. It's for children ages 8 to 18. And I'm always trying to give back and feed our young people on how to think things through, and don't do the first thing that pops in your head. Your first crack could be a whack and you can't take it back. So think before you act. Your first crack at anything is never your best. Write that down. Your first crack at anything is never your best. When a baby starts to walk and he falls, that's not his first, that's his first crack. It's not gonna be his best. So here's the teachable moment. Make it okay to fail, stay with it, because good things take time to manifest. Write that down. Stay with it, make it okay to fail, because good things take time to manifest. You get good over time. Michael Jordan was cut his junior year. He wasn't quite there because your first crack at anything is never your best. But he came back, and he came back. A successful person is a person who failed to just try it one more time. Just give it one more time. I will persist until I win. Eric, give me a few things you learned.
Yeah, I just did. That was me.
Oh, that was you? Okay. All right, who's next? What about Coach? Coach Linnell, can you give us something you learned?
I came in late, but 10 minutes in, I've learned a lot. So
this is one thing, one or two things.
Being strategic about your moves in life, thinking before you make those moves, and valuing your team, your family, that they help you make those moves the right way if they're supporting you or protecting you.
Right. So let me bring that home for everybody. See, in chess, the king is the weakest piece, but the king is smart. The king surrounds himself around other people who can make moves he cannot. So you got to develop a dream team. I was talking to Jesse Jackson, and Jesse Jackson was telling me about how what was the black attorney in the OJ case?
Oh,
The black attorney for the OJ
yeah,
case?
he died.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, Johnny Cochran.
Yeah, Johnny
Okay,
Cochran.
Johnny Cochran called Jesse Jackson, and Jesse Jackson told him about it. If it don't fit, you must quit. So what am I saying? I'm saying you have to surround yourself around people who can elevate your game and who can share things with you that can make you better. Robert, can you share anything that you can add to the class that may bring value that you may have picked up? Robert J. Davis?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, great. I learned well, a lot of stuff has already been said, but the main thing is don't protect your queen while you're out there. Don't get careless, and also try to control the middle of the board and getting your pieces out first.
Right. You want to protect your. You want to control the center if possible, but the main idea is to protect the king, because there may be a situation where you threaten my queen and I let it stay there. And it happened to me the other day. I was playing this guy and he threatened my queen and I ignored it. So it's really not about protecting the queen. It's really about protecting the king. Now, don't get it twisted. You don't want to lose the queen without a snare. But if you threaten my queen, I don't have to do anything. However, if you threaten my king, everything stops and I got to deal with it because check comes first. But if you threaten my queen, it's no biggie, and I can ignore that move and do something else. And I actually did. He threatened my queen, I ignored my queen, and I checkmated him on some other stuff. So here's a teachable moment. Sometimes in life, when people hit you, you don't want to hit back. You want to do the opposite. That's why the Bible say, love the enemy, love your enemies, because when you walk in love, you win. Love means to forgive. Love means to look for the good. Love means to give without expecting anything in return. So when you walk in love, good things happen. Let's see who I did. Did Godfrey? Did you share?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I want Stacy to share. Stacy, she shared.
Well, I've learned a lot of things, but I guess the most important for me is you say to think before you make your moves. Think first, and that's very smart to do. But my typical problem is to think for too long, and then if you think for too long, you really lose track of what's going on.
Right.
So,
Well, yeah, and that's why you got to make your move before you're ready. Don't think that for. Here's why. Let me give you an example. I was playing in the World Open. Now, the World Open, it was played in Philadelphia, and when you're playing in the World Open, it may be 70 countries competing. And I had 9 seconds on my clock. And my opponent said to me, "Hey, Orrin, why don't you got 9 seconds, I'll give you a draw and you can take second place." And I said, never settle for second place when first place is available. Never settle for second place when first place is available. And I said, I can make 30 moves in 9 seconds. What's my point? My point is you got to make your move. You can't sit there forever. Here's why, because you're going to lose on time. Let me teach you guys about time. Okay. I have the clock here. If I hit the clock, it's ticking on me. It's ticking on my opponent. When my opponent hit the clock, it's ticking on him. So you can't sit there forever. Hang on, let me fix it. Okay, so if you sit there forever, then your clock gonna run out. Okay, can y'all see that? Let's see.
Hold it up a little bit. Up a little bit, yeah.
All right, so look, so he hit the clock, now stick it here. Now, if I don't, it's ticking right here on me. So look, I'm losing time. So if I don't move, I'm gonna lose. So watch what I do. I hit the clock, now I'm good. But let me teach you a secret. This is what I don't share this information. I'm gonna tell y'all why I win a lot of games. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spill the beans. I'm gonna pull back the curtain. When I play someone, let me show you. I'm gonna set the clock up. I'm gonna show you exactly how I win. I'm gonna go ahead and this is darn, I shouldn't tell y'all this, but listen, when I beat people, I have 10 minutes. Let me tell you why. See, my opponent has 5 minutes. Well, let me tell you why I have 10. Because his 5 minutes, those are mine. I use your time. So when I'm playing you, I'm gonna use your time to beat you. Let me break it down another way. If I'm coaching the Falcons, check this out now. Arthur Blake, I hope you listening to this. If I'm coaching the Falcons, we will win. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna trick the heck out of you. If you playing again, I'm gonna trick you. And here's the thing: when I'm coaching football in the NFL, I have 6 timeouts. Why? Your timeouts are mine. And that's what we got to do. You have to use all available resources. Write that down for teachable moment. Use all available resources. Why? Because that's how you win. So I have, look at the clock, class. I have 10 minutes. Here's why. He hit my clock. I hit my clock. See, I hit my clock so fast. He hit my clock, I hit my clock. So it's sticking on him. So I'm saying, see, he hit my clock. So does he move, right? I see now I'm winning. See, look, this is my clock here. I'm winning. Look, I'm winning because he moved. No, baby. I'm already moved. You see what I'm saying? So I have 10 minutes on my clock. Oh.
I don't understand any of that, so I hope we will, get to understand that.
Okay, you don't understand? You're not clear on what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of complicated because when you hit your clock, you got to move, right?
Right, I do move. I don't know. Look, like let me slow it down. Watch this here. Look at the clock. Everybody look at the clock. Okay, he hit my clock. Now this is me. It's ticking on me. I move, I hit the clock. He moved, he hit the clock. This is my clock here. I move, I hit the clock.
So you got to be able to move quickly. That's what you're saying.
I'm gonna move quickly. But here's why I'm moving quickly. Because while he's thinking, I'm using his time, and I'm gonna use his time to be.
Yeah, I got you.
You see that?
Yeah.
You think at the same time while his clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Say what now?
I see that.
You keep.
Yeah, right. So while his clock is he's ticking right here. Y'all see that?
Yeah. And you planning your next move as soon as he touches it. You
exactly. But between me and you though, I've already know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That's when
so I've already calculated what I'm gonna do. So as soon as he move, I'm gonna hit my. As soon as he hit my, I move. I move and hit the clock. Now here's a teachable moment. Your move is not complete until you hit the what?
Clock.
Right. So your move is not complete until you hit the what?
The clock.
So here's a teachable moment. Use all available resources. The opposite of wealth is not poor. The opposite of wealth is mismanagement of resources. Poor is just a reflection of how you use your resources. Here's an example. Evander Holyfield, $400 million, gone. Why? Not managing the resources. To have and not to use is not to have. To know and not to apply is not to know. So you have to apply and use. Say apply.
Apply.
And use. Say nature.
Nature.
Is neutral.
Is neutral.
You have your mind, you have your ability, you have your talents, and you have time. But to have and not to apply is not to have. Now, there's a story in the Bible where Jesus lost his cool. And the reason Jesus lost his cool is because he went up to this fig tree to get something off the fig tree. And the fig tree did not have any value. And Jesus got ticked. And he said, you out. And so here's what we need to do. We need to provide value so that we won't be out. And the more value you add, the more good things happen to you. Now, did everyone share that wanted to share? Oh, what about y'all, bro?
Okay. I'm really learning chess from the beginning.
Okay.
I had a grandfather who played chess until he was 94 years old, but I never had the patience to learn. I wished I had. But I've learned this one thing about chess. Chess is like the game of life. You have to make wise decisions and then make your move.
Wow, I love that. And what she just said was you got to have calculated. You got to make calculated decision. What that means, you got to get data, you got to have discernment, and you got to have research. In other words, just don't make a move. Make sure you have some data, research, and discernment behind it. Sometimes, like I was playing this guy, and I never forget it. And I said, "Stop telling me to do this," and I did this move. And I ended up winning the game, but it was like intuition. It was like discernment. It just felt like the right move to do. And in life, there are gonna be some situations where you're gonna have to give something away. You're gonna have to sow into someone's life. You're gonna have to give someone something because it's the right thing to do. Now, here's what I will say to you. When you give and you help people that's in need and you know you can help them, it's gonna come back to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Because one day that person it's gonna bless you. There was a guy, this is a true story. Bill Gates was wanting to get his hair cut. And he realized he left his wallet, so he couldn't pay for it. The guy said, "Don't worry, I got you." Now, the guy did not know it was Bill Gates, okay? He didn't know who it was. And so he got taken care of big time. And that's what life is about. Go out of your way to serve people, because whatever you put out there will come back to you multiplied. So did anyone, James, do you want to share? Anybody want to share that I may have missed? Okay, I think, James, you want to share?
James.
Yeah, the biggest thing I learned was every move counts.
I like that. I like that.
Life.
And I'm still learning.
Yeah, every move counts, and everything you do take you closer to your goals or away from your goals. Here's another way of saying that. Every move you make is a credit or a debit. Okay, well, what's
you an accountant, man?
Every move you make is a credit or a debit.
You must be an accountant.
Now, in a way, I am an accountant. Now, I have a PhD. Now, let me share something with you guys. I have a PhD. And the reason I have a PhD is because, I just put that on the switch, I see you, not understand. The reason I have a PhD, see, Disney hired me. They said, "Orrin, we're going to pay you to teach children chess in 5 cities across the country." And they said, "Well, you're the only one we want. We call you because of your PhD." And I just hope they don't ever Google me, because my PhD is a public high school diploma. But Disney was impressed with me because I played 17 PhDs at Yale University, and I beat all 17 PhDs at Yale University. So they assume if I can play 17 PhDs simultaneously in chess and beat all them, I have a PhD, and I do. It's a public high school diploma. Now, if Disney
are you sure about that?
If Disney take me to court, I would win. Why? Because the judge gonna say, "Wait a minute, you beat y'all." "Yeah, Your Honor." They said, "Do you have a PhD?" "Yeah, a public." And if you Google me, I can prove the school. The school was Hayes High School. It was public. I had free food, I was on government assistance. I had my food stamp card. I had everything.
So you say you got a PhD? Yeah. That's what you said.
Yeah, and I didn't have to pay anything to go to school.
So you said
no books.
You said the PhD is public high school diploma?
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not physical head damage?
Child higher and deeper.
Now, but anyway, the beauty. Let me just say this to you. This is huge. What I'm about to say. It's not the book the teacher gets you to read. It's the book you get yourself to read. You got to be committed to reading books on your own. You got to get to move one move at a time. Now, Jack Canfield wrote the foreword for my book, but he said something to me I'll never forget. He said, "Orrin, I don't have time to write your foreword for your book." Y'all see that?
Yes.
He said, "I don't have time to write the foreword for your book." But he said, "I understand you know how to play chess, and I went to Harvard University, and I was a chess captain of Harvard University." He said, "I guarantee you I can beat you in chess." I said, "Okay, let's make a deal. If I beat you, will you write the foreword?" He goes, "Yeah. If you beat me in front of this audience, I will write the foreword for your book." And I took him out short order. I took him out what?
What? Took him out?
I beat him. I beat that guy.
One move at a time.
Yeah, it's in the book. He talks about how I beat him.
One move at a time.
Yeah, it's in the book. Okay, everybody, if you need a copy, just send me an email. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you electronically. Now, so what am I saying to you? I'm saying that whatever you're seeking is also seeking you.
Amen.
You just got to move in love, because here's what's going to happen. Sometimes your goal, you go up and you go over. Sometimes you go down and you go over. That's a night maneuver. Some of your goals in a straight line like a queen. Some of your goals is a bishop like on a slant. And some of your goals you can't go back, like in a pawn. When a pawn moves forward, you can't go back. So in life, when you make a move, you can't take it back. When you speak, you can't take it back. When you speak and you tweak, you can't take it back. So make sure when you speak stuff is sweet, because someday you may have to eat those words. I was watching the news 4 years ago. One of the senators said, it's 11 months before you get president. You can't pick a judge. And now he going, it's 1 month away and you could do it. I'm like, wait a minute, you just said 11 months was too soon. So people, your words will come back and bite you. So make sure when you're out there dealing with people in the world, you're creating purpose, you're creating potential, you're creating value. And here's a teachable moment for everyone. And I'm gonna go to the board. Everyone you meet has a sign above their head that says, appreciate me. One of my students, I was coaching, he said, Coach, I used what you taught me and the police officer let me go. I said, what did you say to him? He said, when the officer came to the window, he said, he kept his hands on the steering wheel. He said, officer, I appreciate you. Thank you for your service. Please forgive me for anything I may have done. I apologize. And the officer was so impressed, he let him go. What am I saying? I'm saying whatever you put out there comes back to you. I'm teaching you there's two things I want you guys to remember. Good voices and good moves. You got to listen to the right voices and you got to make good moves. Because some people will give you bad voices. Some people will come to you and tell you to kill Moses. We need to kill Moses. Why? Well, the Red Sea got us blocked. And you have to say to this nutcase, we ain't doing that. You have to tell people that. And sometimes it's that voice, your own voice. You got to, something you got that critic, that inner critic. You got to take that inner critic, that negative critic in your mind and go, wait a minute, no, we ain't doing that's negative. I'm going to love my neighbor. I'm going to give. I'm going to serve people. I'm going to go out of my way. And now I'm going to share my screen and show you something. Can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Are you see that? Okay. All right, let's go here. Let's go boom. Let's go boom. Let's go now. Okay, can everybody see the board?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the queen married the king. They got married by the bishop, ran off on a night, and they went to the castle and the pawns of the children. Now, let me show you a game that I played where I sacrificed on this dude, and the dude took it. It was a trick move that I did. I played E4, he played D6. I played here, he played here. I played here, he played here. I played here. This is a trick move. He took. I played here, he took. I played here, he put me in check. I played here, he went here. Y'all got that? Now it's my turn. I play here, he played here. I play here, he castled. And now the game is over. The game is what?
Over.
The game is over. Because I took here with check. He took back. I played here with check. What did he do? He went here. What did I do? I played here. And what do you think he did?
He took your pawn.
You can't take your pawn because if you take another what?
Oh, yeah.
He played here. Never let your king lead the attack. Never let your king lead the what?
The attack.
Now, let me tell you why he did that. If he go here, who can tell me what I'm going to do? How many can see that I'm going to win the queen if he go there? Stacy, do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna
Just
move the knight.
move the knight out of the way.
Do you see? Do you see this? Y'all see this bishop
Yeah,
here?
just move the knight out of the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
and
yeah.
not only move the knight out of the way. That's not the move. I'm gonna take this pawn here. That in the key of the what? Queen.
Check.
Right.
And then you got him in a fork.
Right there. That's check. How many can see
And
that
you got
check
him in
there?
a fork.
Yeah. Now
So
check comes
he's got to
first.
move the
Check comes
queen.
when?
He's got to move the knight, the king.
He got to move the king. Now watch. He play here. I don't want the queen right now.
So you take.
So I'm gonna play here with the word check. Now he may go here to block. I don't want the queen. I go here with the word check. Can his king take that pawn? Say no.
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 His only move is to move the king. Why? Because he's in double check. He's in double what?
Check.
Double check.
He's in check with the rook. He's also in check with the what?
The knight.
He's in check with the rook. He's in the pawn. So in double check, what's his only move?
To move
Back
back.
next to the rook.
Right, he got that move. Now what's a good move for me? I don't need the queen. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
In this case here, do I need the queen? Say no.
No, you move the
Push
castle.
here. If I push that, what can he do?
Got to get out of the way and get his castle's going to be had.
All right, so black, what can black do? What can black do?
What can black do?
Now look, here's a teachable moment. I don't want the queen. Taking the queen is brilliant, but brilliant is not enough. I want more than brilliant. I want checkmate. So I'm not gonna take the queen. So what's a good move for black? What would black do here?
Take the
Rook to H8.
pawn. No.
Where?
Rook to H8.
No,
Oh, you said for black.
Black move. It's black. Black gotta move.
Black's move. It's black's move.
Take the pawn.
How? You can't. You can't take the pawn because it's 1, 2, turn. Help me out, class. 1, 2, turn. And an L shape. 1, 2, turn. Help me out, class. 1, 2, turn.
Turn.
Turn. Okay.
So
The king can't do nothing.
what's the best move for black?
Pawn to G6.
G6.
Pawn where?
Knight
G6.
E6.
Or I'm sorry, E6.
No, you mean F. You mean F? You mean F?
No, the black pawn captures the knight.
If you take the knight, I can go here with the word what?
Check. Mate.
That ain't mate, because he can step up. He can step up, right?
Yeah, it's not mate. Well, what's he gonna do? It's check. So he's got it. Where's he gonna go? He can step up, but he steps up.
I don't know.
Okay, he can step up, right?
Yeah, he can step up there.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay.
What can I do?
Your pawn up.
Move one more time to 6, F6.
I can take the this here, right?
And get a queen.
Yeah, his king is in what?
Check.
Check. Checkmate. No.
No, it ain't. He can take the queen.
He can take the queen.
What can I do now?
What can the black do?
You can
White.
Because the king and the queen are lined up.
Check him, yeah. Check him. Right?
Right.
He's got to move now. What is he gonna move? He's gonna move out his
Tell me,
king.
make a move.
He's make a move.
Somebody
F7.
make a move. What are you doing here?
Move
Whatever
your
move he
mind.
makes, now you're gonna take his queen, man. Get the queen out of the way.
Well, not
So
really.
he's
No,
gotta
I'm not
move.
gonna
He's
do
under
that.
check.
No, if
He's
he
gotta move.
moves.
The black
knight-
queen has got to move.
Knight to
The
G8.
knight
You only
moves
got-
to
Now, king is in check. Now, how do you get out of check?
Knight
Got-
to
he can
G8.
come-
you block the attacker.
Okay, good. All
Okay,
right, so
block.
now I can
Okay.
I can put him in what?
Now you got your bishop out there. Oh, yeah.
So now his bishop, the bishop got him in what, class?
Got him in
Check.
check.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do now?
Can you can't, oh, you can't castle. Oh, okay.
put the rook up to the 7th row, whatever that is.
Now, hang on a minute. I'm shooting a light. His king is in check. You see that, Bishop?
Yeah.
Right.
You got to get out of check. Check comes first. So what do you do to get out of check?
He's got to come draw near to his queen.
F
Come up to his queen.
Okay, you step up. Okay.
Yeah, D8.
Check.
So that's it.
No, it ain't. Step up. Step up.
So you can step up.
Step up. Where you gonna step up at? Here?
D7.
All right.
Bring in the rook up. Yep.
Check.
Oh, Lord.
Where you gonna move?
6. No, I
You can
see
move
that.
here.
Yeah, you got nowhere.
No.
6. He can move to
You can move to
7,
6.
C6.
Yeah.
Good job. Now what can I do? Now I'm gonna teach you guys something very powerful. Do I want to take his queen?
Do what?
Not necessarily.
No, I don't. Let me tell you why I don't want to take the queen. The reason I don't want to take the queen is because if I take the queen, his king is loose, and anytime someone king is loose, you want to keep your girl on the board. So I want to play here to keep my king loose. Now where can he go?
Where can the king go? Over to.
Or he don't have to move the king. I'm just saying, what's a good move here now?
For the white.
Black is
black.
Oh, over to the bishop. Well, the queen can, let me see.
Move the knight to 4. I mean, yeah, 4.
Yeah, the knight hasn't done anything. Let's see.
So each square has its own name. Okay, this file here is Charlie. So let's say I want to move my knight to apple 6. Why is this apple 6? This is apple 6 because A1, A2, and so on. So if I say I want to move my knight to, let's go back. Let's say if I want to move my knight to David 7. This is David 7. You see that?
Yeah.
D7.
So each square has its own name.
Right.
Why would you move there?
I'm not moving it there. I'm just telling you the name of squares.
Oh, okay.
So what's a good move here?
For black.
For black, yes, black to move. Because let me show you what I just did. I put my bishop here because I want to keep my bishop.
You protect your queen.
Right. And so now I can step up here with my queen and threaten mate. What can black do?
What can black do? Ha.
Well, if you move the queen, the queen down, then you could take that bishop out of there.
Where would you move the queen to? Give me the square. You know the squares.
F6.
F6. You go F6, that's bad because I'll take with
Oh no, I didn't see that. Never mind.
Black.
It's okay.
What about black? E7.
E7 is here.
Yeah.
Put the queen here.
Yeah.
Well, the rook can take the queen then.
If you
No,
put the queen,
use a pawn. Use a pawn. Put the pawn.
The pawn can't go back. Pawns cannot go back.
No, the pawn can't go back. I'm sorry. So
probably the black knight to D7.
Okay, not bad. Now it's my turn. What can I do? Now here's I'm gonna play. I'm gonna step up with my king. Boom.
Why?
The reason I step up because I want to move my knight out. And let me show you in slow motion. If I move my knight out now, his bishop will take me with the word check. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
And win the rook. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step up with my king to stop his king from doing that. Now I can get my knight in the game.
Okay.
And probably it's also a trick because black may be tempted to attack the white king, and in the process lose. In the process, the white queen will take the black queen.
Right. So what can black do now?
Oh, Lord. Black knight.
Black can take the white bishop.
Okay.
Yeah. So you moved your rook out.
Why'd you move the rook there? Why'd you move the rook to A5?
Because the queen is overworked. The queen is over what?
Overworked.
The queen is protecting the knight, and the queen is also protecting that. Can the knight take my rook?
Yes.
Yeah, you can. But
Right,
that's
so
a
Godfrey,
sacrifice because you're gonna take
make a
the
move,
queen.
Godfrey. What are you gonna do?
Take the queen. If he takes my knight, I'm gonna take the queen.
You got that right. That knight is poison, 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 poison.
How would he take the, let's see, 1, 2, 3.
So you take that, I'll take that queen now. Get that lady out of here, man.
The black queen to take the white rook.
Because if you don't take that lady, she's gonna exactly take your rook.
Okay.
All right.
Then black can attack
now
the
you
white,
set yourself up.
the white king. Black queen to attack.
So now black is back in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, he's not. You'll see in a minute. Your move, what do?
Move the rook.
Attack the white king.
How? You got his name as well.
The black queen to apple 2.
Apple 2?
Yeah.
All right.
I would have moved the king back to safety.
Now, see, that knight is protecting the king. See, that knight is bad, boy. Godfrey, your move.
It's
your move.
Yes. Just no. Wow.
You got problems, my brother.
So now you got to bring your queen out. Bring your queen back out. The white queen.
White queen to D6.
Yeah, bring her back out.
No, it's black move.
It's black move. Okay, well, it's black move, then
it's gonna get brutal. It's gonna get ugly in here.
3.
Well, can't you just take that knight? I mean, the rook.
Okay,
you can take that knight.
Actually, the black queen can move to E2.
Huh?
Black
It's
queen to E2.
No, black move
A3.
A1.
Black queen to E2.
Well,
the king to E2?
No, black queen
The
to
queen to
E2.
Queen.
A3.
Yeah. Hoping to attack the black.
It's checkmate. Game over. Next. Now serving 88. Now serving
Game over.
89.
Wait, hold on.
Now serving 88. Now serving 89.
Oh.
Now serving 88. Now serving 89.
I don't see how the game is over.
Greed.
Yeah, the game is over.
Yeah, the game is over. Here's why.
Yeah,
I control
checkmate.
that square. Look, I control
checkmate.
this square.
Yeah, that's checkmate. That's checkmate. Ain't no way.
The
I
white.
control
Ain't no way. There ain't no way to go. Anywhere she go.
I control all the squares.
You got no move.
Oh yeah.
Got no move.
Queen. Yeah.
Got no move. Absolutely, the game is over.
Okay.
Yeah, I control all these squares.
Okay.
Yeah, any square remove, it's dead. That's the game over.
All those squares.
That's patience though, because I would have, really, I would have jumped in with my queen and started cleaning up his black queen and getting all of that stuff.
Godfrey,
but,
hey Godfrey, do you realize is that mate or you don't get it yet?
Oh, I've got it. It's a mate, complete mate. Yes.
Right. And what am I saying? I'm saying that you couldn't take that. You got greedy and start taking pieces that you shouldn't have took. Greed will take you out every time. And so here's a teachable moment before we close out. There's a movie called Wall Street. And in the movie Wall Street, it said greed is good.
And he wound up in jail.
Right. So what's my teaching? Greed is not good. Contrary to the movie Wall Street, greed is not good. Greed will take you out every time. The opposite of greed is love. Love means to give without expecting anything in return. In this case, Godfrey got greedy. He took my knight, he took my bishop, and it caused some problems. So what am I saying? You playing a game without these pieces here. Because he playing a game. Because the bishop can't get in the game, and that rook cut him off, and the game was over. So our next class is next Tuesday. You guys, your homework is to read the book that you have at home. How many have the book? One move at a time. I sent it to you electronically.
Yes.
And in the book, you can see where I played one of the top Russian grandmasters in the world. And you can go move by move. Now you need to learn each board. For an example, this is F3.
Yeah. Can I suggest that you don't read the book, that you study the book? Study the book.
Study the book. Because when you study, you get a paper out, you pull out a chessboard. If you don't have a chessboard, you go to my site, you order one. I'm gonna autograph it to you and send it to you. Next week, not next week, but October the 10th, I'm starting a boot camp for young people. It's gonna be 10 weeks long.
We all can attend because we're all young people, is that correct?
Yeah, you know what? If you attend, you guys will be a part of my team. So, and one of the things I want to do is I want to put together a team of people. I want to train 1 million children. We got a lot of children making bad moves out there.
Yeah.
And a parent called me the other day. Her son has got guns on the internet, got his face showing and everything. He don't get it. He don't know that somebody that turn him over to the judge and the judge see that video, they're gonna lock him up.
Yeah.
And so he's his own worst enemy. So we got to teach young people that your moves matter, and just don't be making bad moves because it will come back to bite you.
Amen. Amen.
James, is there anything we need to, any announcement we need to make, James?
None that I know of.
Okay. So so long for now. We'll see you next time. I appreciate each one of you guys being here. Anybody need to say anything to me before we close out?
Thank you so much, Orrin. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
It's my honor. My deepest desire is to share what I know with others. So I get a kick out of sharing things with you guys.
People to play on the club, please, before next Tuesday.
When is the last day? The last day is October 9th, so we got a minute.
Okay. I mean, just to practice.
Okay, well, we'll practice. And also you can play, when we off. Like, for an example, you can reach out to Godfrey. Everybody need to email me y'all contact information. Everybody need to send me an email, and I'm going to copy everybody on everybody's contact information so y'all can play each other. And y'all can play each other anytime. Because now that everybody should have the link and line up, they can play each other. So my email is orrin@besomeone.org. Send me an email, and we need to copy everybody on it so everybody can have everybody contact information. But anyway, it's that time of the day to close out. I'm gonna close out with this poem. Being the best is a major quest. Don't get upset if you fail your first test. Try again and learn from within. Set your goals high and believe that you can. Stay focused and on track. Associate with positive people and don't look back. Believe in yourself and think before you act. Keep a positive attitude and get all the facts. Your mind is a pearl. You can change the world. Don't count every move, but make every move count. Be someone.